I'm Will Christian, and this is my billion-dollar disaster project, and I did mine on Hurricane Ida. So let's begin. So, some information about Ida. The important information was it took place from August 29th, 2021 to September 1st, 2021. The hurricane landed in Port Forkin, Louisiana, and it was a Category 4 hurricane. So, Category 4 hurricane caused heavy infrastructure damage and heavy rain and flooding for New York and Pennsylvania. So the cost was $75 billion in damage and a total of 96 deaths. And you can see the information was cited from the National Center for Environmental Information. And then in the bottom right hand corner, you can see a map of the path Hurricane Ida took throughout the storm with timestamps of when it made landfall and what impacts it caused at certain times. So, previous natural hazards, the number of hazards from 2001 to 2019, normally about 0 to 4 occurred throughout the year. And then 2020 was an outlier year with 7 of those events happening. And then 2021 went back to 4. So this showed that there was a trend over the years where it stayed about the same. And you can see that down in the graph below. The cost of the hazards, $994.2 billion in total damage, and then 6,200 human lives were lost over the course of all these events. So, in the 2020 hurricane season, there's a total of 30 events. Then 13 of those were hurricane, and 7 of those were major. So, meteorological conditions. So, a hurricane composed of intense centers of low pressure and connective activity needs to take place over a tropical ocean and needs to have a strong cyclonic circulation. So, to be classified as a hurricane, must be 74 miles per hour or more. Trouble forming 20 degrees latitude will not form 5 degrees from the equator despite warmer water. Needs warm ocean water to form, mainly form in summer when water is 80 degrees. So what you can see over here in the pictures is you can see Hurricane Ida's forming where it formed at a location. So it was 24.8 degrees north, 86.1 degrees west. The max winds were 85. So that shows that it was over the 74 mile per hour mark. And then it moved northwest at 16 miles per hour. And the pressure was 984. So you can see as time develops, it increases as it hits land. So Saturday at 8 p.m., it was 115 miles per hour. Then Sunday, 8 a.m., it was 130 miles per hour. And 12 hours later, at Sunday at 8 p.m., when it made landfall, it sustained that 130 mile per hour wind. And all this information was found on the pages 596, 597, 598 of our book. So the effects of climate change. Increase in temperature can result in growth in number of hurricanes, expansion in the amount of danger with those hurricanes. Evidence of climate change impact, temperatures increase to 1.9 degrees more than usual over the last few years, result in more violent storms. Precipitation was increased to 0.47 more than usual, resulting in major flooding. So you can see the graphs over here. Hurricane season water temperatures have only increased over the years starting in 1910 to 2019. There's a drastic trend with almost 2 to 3 degrees change. So the hurricane's also getting stronger, has fluctuated, but still with the increase in temperature, the increase in strength occurs as well. So other natural and human factors, lack of preparation for flash flooding heavily impacted New York and New Jersey when Hurricane Ida hit land. So Ida's remnants merged with a frontal system, and this merge created several storms and flooding across a wide region. So you can see pictures of the flooding that took place, and then you can see the map from AccuWeather of the route it took as it went up into the northeast as the rain increased. So preparation, ways you can prepare for these hurricanes are forecasting, keep people alert, get them watching the weather, sending out alerts over phones is most likely the best way to alert people, especially with how important social media is nowadays. It's easy to send something over that form of communication. Improve satellite and monitoring devices, create more accurate forecasts. So it's just better overall readings of said storms. Reinforce buildings to withstand strong elements, keep them from being more heavily damaged, stronger infrastructure. So keeps people safer in the long run. Storm surge barriers reduce the impact of flooding. And so, with the reduced impact of flooding, you can save many lives. And then educate on evacuation. Teach the people how to be aware of and how to better survive these incidents by doing routine drills over time, once a year. It's like in school doing a tornado drill. Just help prepare in case it ever happens. And thank you for tuning into my Hurricane Ida presentation.